All right, welcome into the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game. We good now? All right, good. We just had this little storm come through here. We're over at the Social Cantina right next to First Horizon Park. Chase McCabe off today. Big Joe here alongside my good buddy, Dr. Crane. Brando back behind the board. And in the last 30 minutes, we've gone from hot to cold to windy to rain, back to hot, then it was cold, and now it's cloudy. Right? Welcome to Nashville.
It's Nashville at its finest because, look, you're going to get a bunch of rain, right?
Yeah.
And then last night was all the thunderstorms. You weren't affected by that, were you?
I was not.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, there was a real bad thunderstorm. It even delayed the soccer game for an hour, but minus that, I mean, we're living in Nashville. It may snow this evening.
You just never know, right?
You really don't.
Well, we're live today at the Social Cantina. This place is awesome over here, right next to First Horizon Park. The food is great. The location is great. So stop by if you're out by lunch today or you're coming to the Sounds game tonight. I mean, we're looking we're in the left field, basically.
Yeah.
Looking straight down. So a lot of fun we're going to have for you today on the show. Of course, the big news, the old Tuesday night news dump, which is the best time to do that when nothing's going on. And Chad Brinker came out the email that the president of football operations is stepping down from the Titans and moving on. And I guess I was shocked, but not shocked. I guess I was shocked at the timing on a Tuesday night at 7, but I wasn't shocked overall at the news.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about the whole Chad Brinker thing. I think the shtick ran dry. That's what it was.
What's the shtick?
The shtick is the direct link to Amy Adams Strunk.
Okay.
The person relay the message. I feel like the message is not really needed to be relayed through him anymore. And they brought in all these former general managers, one of them being Dave Ziegler, who's now the assistant general manager, that has really done a pretty good job for his job, that is. So the thing is, you don't need an extra voice in the room when, you can get the job done with another person.
Yeah, right.
So, again, I'm not sure what exactly his job was. I know his job title was president of football operations, but, I mean, I could be the president of soccer operations for Joe Schmo in Smyrna.
But it just happened so fast. Brought in, and then he was like, "Oh, we're gonna, I'll bring in Rand Carthon," and then Rand's gone. Rand got ahead of him in the leadership, right, in the flow chart, and then it was you bring in Borgonzi, and the Borgonzi gets ahead of him, and then it's just what was he doing and why? I'm not sure what he contributed to the team.
He had that AI that everybody always joked about. Did that really, do you think, play a factor into the, I guess, positive trajectory of this franchise?
No,
nobody really knows.
It just sounded good. And all that analytic nerd stuff that came in. I mean, come on, man. Football is an eye test kind of thing. You can tell. Put the tape on. I don't need to see that some guy does the shuttle drill in 4.2, and it's great, but yet he can't take on a block and he can't play football. He's afraid to hit. I mean, come on. So he's gone. And then do you fill that position?
No, I don't think so. I think you look at the president of football operations and leave it obsolete or just leave it vacant, because that's I feel like a job position that was made for a guy like Chad Brinker specifically.
Right, yeah.
I don't think there's 2-3 franchises in the NFL that have that job title. What is it, the Raiders, Green Bay Packers?
I have no idea.
I have to go back and look online, but that's it. That's all that it is. So for the Titans to kind of go away from that, good for them. I see this franchise making the right moves. I think we both have been on that page. I think a lot of people have been, that since the Titans have brought in Mike Borgonzi and have kind of cleaned the front office a little bit.
Right.
Bring in guys like Brian Daboll, Robert Saleh. I mean, this is what the Titans want. That's what the Titans need.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to get now, too, going forward. And then after the draft, I guess it was the fine time to say, all right, it's time to get out of here. We'll get into all the Chad Brinker stuff today. You can comment at 615-737-1025. Let us know what you think about Chad Brinker. You went to the Nashville SC game last night, right?
I did.
How was that?
It was interesting. It definitely felt like a semifinal matchup for sure. I would say Nashville looked a little bit outplayed in I'd say after the 25th minute, give or take. Boy, Eddie Tagseth, not Jack Mayer, not the mayor, but Eddie Tagseth was subbed out around the 18th minute of the game last night. It looked like an apparent knee injury.
Okay.
BJ Callahan did not give a definitive update on Eddie Tagseth's health and also. So that's something to keep an eye on. Sam Surridge, who scored 2 goals on Saturday, did not play last night. Was not even in the lineup, was not on the bench. He has an apparent back injury that is now listed as week to week, according to Ben Wright with 615 Soccer. So keep your eyes and ears open for that one. It leaves me questioned, Joe, because a guy that was, dealing from a day-to-day injury with a hamstring that ended up being a week and a half long situation ends up becoming something different now. It's another injury that he picked up, and BJ even mentioned post-match press conference last night that it was from a slide tackle. He didn't define where that slide tackle came from, if it was in the game against Charlotte or versus Charlotte this past Saturday, and or was it in training. But again, the short turnaround time from playing on Saturday, normally you have a rest day on Sunday. Monday, you're probably watching film, and then you're just getting ready for Tigres. And sure enough, Tuesday night was the match, and he was not there available. So it's just another thing for Nashville, and they allowed a goal last night, 1-0. And everybody knows, and for a majority of people that know and people that don't know, away goals in the CONCACAF Champions Cup matter more. That they count as almost like 2 goals. So if you're Nashville, you have to go down and take on Tigres and the El Volcan, and you make sure that you don't allow a goal. And it's a tough place to play.
I think we're going to get you down to the 1025, the game, corporate jet. You good?
I would love that. Eat some nice food, enjoy a wonderful soccer game. I mean, Joe, this stadium, it holds a lot of fans, and they sell out almost every single time.
How many fans we talking about over there?
I think we're talking a little more than 30,000.
Okay.
I have to double check on that one, but I mean, this is a historic franchise or club, that is.
All right.
Tigres. I mean, Angel Correa, who scored the left-footed volley last night, has played in Europe. He's played in La Liga. He's played everywhere. So that's just something to keep a factor into. It shows that he still has true world-class talent to play at this level in Liga MX.
All right, well, there you go. So Nashville SC taking one last night, losing 1-0. All right, so a busy show today. We got Terry McCormick at 12:30 to join us about what he thinks is going on with the Titans and Chad Brinker. All right, we got a fun question of the day. You guys are always great with our questions of the day. I did not know this until last night, but the Kentucky Derby is Saturday.
Really?
We've been so busy. It's the first Saturday in May, right? So that's what goes on. So our question today is 615-737-1025. If you're had a horse in the Kentucky Derby, we do this every year. What is your horse's name in the Kentucky Derby? Now, there are different ways, the parameters on this of like, your middle name plus the last thing you ate, your middle name plus the street you grew up on. I don't like putting the parameters on that because you guys are really creative. So what would be your Kentucky Derby horse's name? Now, I do this because going down the back stretch, if your horse is leading, I want the announcer to say something so just out of the wall crazy because that's the name of your horse. Like, God, it stinks in here.
Just one of them that just says the backside. And now down the stretch, you have the backside taking the lead.
You have to say it multiple times.
Exactly. Now the backside. The backside.
I'd want the announcer to say, God, it's stinking. And you'd be like, what? I mean, something creative that you want the announcer to say as your horse is going down the backstretch to win the Kentucky Derby. Do you watch the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, I think it's a fun event. It's something you can watch with either your friends or your family. Every year that it happens, I always tend to watch it on the back porch with my family. So it's a cool thing.
All right. It's the fastest 2 minutes in sports, as they said.
Really?
That's what the claim is, man.
I thought it'd always be like the sprinters at the Olympics.
Is that what it is? I don't know. I think it's the fastest 2 minutes.
No, you're right, though. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make it.
So let us know, 615-737-1025. What would be your Kentucky Derby horse's name? Also, let you weigh in. Why do you think Chad Brinker was let go? Why do you think he was no longer wanted by the franchise? And the timing is just odd on a Tuesday night. Usually those things happen sometime during the day, but on a Tuesday night, I had no idea until Chase texted me last night and said Chad Brinker's out. I'm like, oh, out where? Like Social Cantina? Is he out the Sounds game? Where is he out?
An autograph signing at your local department store?
And then I got the email from the Titans that Chad Brinker was gone there. Look, I just think now things are moving so well over there that it's almost a non-story in a little bit. I mean, it's more front office mumbo jumbo that goes on over there, but I don't know. By the way, our question of the day.
Yes.
Brought to you by
Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters shoot for free. Just tell them Chase sent you. Check them out at AriesTactical.com.
How you spell Aries?
ARES. And guess what, folks? Not your Zodiac
Not
sign.
the Zodiac that goes there as well. So plenty to get into today as well. Chad Brinker, your Kentucky Derby horse name, National SC. And then something that happened yesterday afternoon, which is driving me absolutely crazy because I do not like participation trophies.
Oh, no.
And the rumor that they're going to expand the NCAA tournament to 76 teams.
What?
So instead of the play-in game, 8 teams, it'll be what now, 24? If you're adding more to 8, 16,
Something
24?
like
Is that what it'd be? Just add more and more teams.
Are you
These teams
kidding
that
me?
have no chance to get to even win the national champ. And don't say they do, because throughout history, no team ever really gets that far. So we're not going to play your little game today with that. Then they're going to expand the college football playoffs, 36 teams, and everybody get a pat on the back, and just crazy, man.
I got a thing about that really bugs me. And it's the fact that everybody says, oh, you're going to expand the playoff. Well, then you have all this NIL stuff right now, and people are transferring. And the 5-for-5 rule that we talked about yesterday with Jake and Parker, like, can we get to a standpoint of finding stability with the rule book before we can expand these tournaments? That's what I want. I want stability in just rule books. I want stability in the transfer portal before you can expand a tournament or a playoff. Because if you can get that down first, then you can go on about your product. Because guess what? You're diluting your product when you do that stuff.
Okay.
Sorry, it just irks me.
That's the Rob rant, the Rex rant, and now the Dr. Crane rant here on 102.5. All right, we'll get into all that. We want to hear from you. 615-737-1025. Call or text. Kentucky Derby horse name. What does this mean for the Tennessee Titans? Do we care that Chad Brinker's gone? Some of you guys don't care, and I kind of fall in that category too as well. But let us know. It's your show. We're live today from the Social Cantina right next to First Horizon Park. It is a beautiful setup here. We're going to have a fun day. Back with more. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show brought to you by the Omni National Hotel, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at Social Cantina here in off 4th Avenue North, basically right next to the Sound Stadium, First Horizon Park here today. Love this place. Social Cantina is fantastic. The food is great. So we're really grateful to be here today. All right, our question today is, what is your Kentucky Derby's horse's name? And I picked mine because, listen, my horse is going to be a winner, and I want to hear the announcer say his name or whether the filly or male, whatever, going down the back stretch. And so my name would be, God, it stinks in here. So the announcer is like, oh, here is, Mr. Whiskers, and then Steel Trap, and then God, it stinks in here. And then if you're not watching, you would get that in there. So our text line, 615-737-1025. Our man, Fat Hog in Murfreesboro, says, my horse's name would be Don't Make Me Spank You. Oh, nice. 1847. I'm going to read these on the fly. Can we read 1847 or no?
I'm still trying to get the text line here. So
okay, that's right.
Connection's a little spotty.
We're going to 1847. We're going to run that by the show censor and say.
I believe that's okay. I mean, it's not a
horse's name. I believe I sharded.
Yeah, I believe that's all right.
Okay. All right. Thank you there, show censor.
Yeah.
Mike in Lebanon says his horse's name, That's What She Said. God, that's so simple, right?
Oh my, that's perfect.
Here comes Mr. Whiskers, and that's what she said, and that's what she said. Oh, man. 5644 says, I want to hear a horse named I Tested Positive. Battersbox Mike, thank you for that. 615-737-1025. Keep them coming in. We'll read throughout the show. Please call in, too. One more before we go. 4312 says, this is so good. A horse with no name. Here comes a horse with no name. Now that's the first song I learned to play on guitar. By the way, it's only 2 chords.
Oh, yeah?
I don't play it well, but we learned how to play that. Horse with no name.
Pretty good guitarist, Joe.
Fantastic, right?
I listened
to that caterwauling back there in my cubicle when we're back in the studio.
Oh, right.
No, it's not good. Again, we're reacting to Chad Brinker being let go. I think now with Borgonzi being completely in control, great draft. Him and Salah seem to have a nice working relationship. And then I don't remember seeing Brinker the other day when Tate and Falk came in. I don't remember seeing him there.
Correct. There were pictures online that had Chad Brinker shaking hands with him, I believe.
Okay.
On their social media pages.
Right.
But minus that, there was no video of him talking about the picks. I mean, to me, it seems like he was 1 foot out the door, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He was basically, he hired Borgonzi, and I think that was the last obligation.
But what was the catalyst for Brinker saying, I'm good here? I think it was his call. I think
it was his call, and he just kind of read the room.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Like I mentioned earlier, the Titans brought in 3 or 4 previous GMs to be a part of their front office.
Ziegler, McKenzie.
Yeah, they have brought in some guys that I'm not saying no ball better than Brinker, but definitely have a little bit more miles under their belt when it comes to experience.
Well, I'm just glad now when they do a press conference, it'll be like, all right, Borgonzi's the GM. He reports to Amy. There's no more going to Brinker. And the chain of command was truly baffling to me because I think it doesn't work well. I think you didn't have one voice, and that was – I don't know who the voice was.
Well, to be fair, I don't even think that needs to be brought up anymore. The chain of command, I think that's gone. Good riddance. Until this Titans team decides to stink again, I think that's when you need to ask the question, or anybody needs to ask the question. Right now, that is not the top priority of this franchise. Who is the chain of command to talk to Amy Adams Strunk? No, that's not on my radar.
Look at you getting animated. A little vein popping out of your head.
I mean, look, I don't want to listen to just, who is the chain of command of this?
Right.
I want to see a football team win football games. I want to see a team put up 24, 28 points a game. I don't want to hear about some Joe Schmo in the front office saying, hey, Amy, we got your groceries today. I don't want to hear that.
So Borgonzi's it's now his team, right? I mean, so
yes.
if they go 1-16 2 years in a row, I mean, if you go 1-16 2 years in a row, you deserve to be fired.
Yeah, I don't even think you're there after the first. Let's be honest.
All right, so I guess somebody's like, well, he's next to the chopping block. I don't like to look at it that way. That's like,
yeah. Again, this franchise itself with Mike Borgonzi at the helm, minus that first season,
Right.
because that was just a mixture of everything, including Brian Callahan and so forth. You're moved on. This is all of Borgonzi's guys. This is what he wants. He got his draft class in here last year, and now this year, you bring in Saleh, you bring in Dable. They bring in guys they're familiar with. They bring in guys that fit their schemes. That's all that you need. So right now, you have to let this play out. You've set up all your pieces on the board.
Right.
You got to let them do the work now.
So are we now finished with the disaster that's been the last couple of years with Callahan and his staff and his dad and Rand and everything else?
I think
we've done all that.
The only thing we're not done with is the offensive line. That is the only thing.
No, I'm talking.
I know. I'm just saying from that
coaching and personal. Up top.
You hope so, but the only residual you get from that previous regime is the buy-in, is the mentality in the locker room. Because again, I don't want to put too much pressure on a guy like J.C. Latham being a young right tackle, but they have moved him all over the line. They moved him from left tackle back to right tackle, his natural position. The guy's had a few injuries when it comes to the hip, and like trying to recover from that, I feel like it's messing with the lateral movement a little bit. So again, I feel like I got to give that guy a little bit more time, and this Titans offensive line doesn't have the time to really give, because this is not saying win now, but you have a really good golden opportunity with guys like Cam Ward and a young wide receiver core, along with a pretty decent free agent class that you brought in this past offseason.
So the 23, 24, 25 season, front office people, except for Borgonzi in 25, we're done with all that. Callahan regime is gone. Brinker's gone. More people are gone in the front office.
Yep.
That coaching staff, which wasn't very good, they're all gone. So now we can close the chapter on that with Brinker being gone.
Yes.
We shut the door on that?
Yep, we shut the door immediately. The only way it reopens if something comes out of the woodworks of a previous regime or something happened that came from the previous regime. That's the only way that door opens again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be
does
the
that make
thing.
sense? Is that logical?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, they're all gone.
That's what I'm
they're
saying.
all
I'm just saying, like,
shipped off.
If a story or something resurfaces from
like
that.
Rand's not going to get another GM job.
No.
He's settled into being part of the media now.
Yeah.
He's good.
After listening to him on CBS or whatever it is in the morning shows, like saying, "Oh, I'd go draft this guy, I'd go draft that guy," I could say the same thing. I could go be an armchair GM and say, "I'd go draft Jahmyr Gibbs."
Get it done. Yeah, right there. So I just look. We've said this for a while. The Titans are trending upwards in what they've done so far. The good free agent class. I mean, they still got to win games on the field. You got to make sure that Ward and Tate are a good 1-2 punch and everything else that goes on there. So by no means is this team going to win the AFC South right now and go forward. So you'll show it all how it goes in the fall. But I think they're moving things forward. I think getting rid of Brinker and him saying goodbye might be the worst chapter of the franchise since they got – I mean,
you think so?
The 04-05 Titans teams were awful. The 05 team was – because they had the salary cap and they lost Derek Mason, Samari Roll, and Steve McNair. I mean, that team was terrible in 04 and 05. But they slowly built up in 6, 7, 8, and they got better. I mean, 06, they got David Thornton and Chris Hope and Kevin Mawai came in here, and Vandy Bosch came in 05. So they started a new culture, and Hainsworth was coming to his own, and things just kind of felt better going on. But this last chapter for the Titans, 23, 24, and 25, ever since John Robinson got fired, it just spiraled down.
Yeah. And
I think now you could poke your head out of the manhole cover and say, all right, is it clear out here? Is the road clear? We good? And then take over that way. And if you're a Titans fan, I'm telling you, things just feel better. And I think we're giving way too much time. This is just me to Brinker.
Just talking about him or just in general the conversation?
He's the president of football. Am I wrong? No, I'm wrong, aren't I? I hate being wrong all the time.
No, you're not wrong at all, Joe.
He's not. I don't think winning football games now. He's not part. We could look back and blame him for a lot of things, which we'll do.
Do you think he was a fall guy in some aspect?
Maybe he was.
Because
he got passed over twice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
By two guys he hired.
I know, but in some aspect, I feel like he's a fall guy, not like currently, but in previous years because of the whole Rand thing and the plane flight home, saying he was sleeping on the plane or something. Allegedly, that's what the rumor
Rand was sleeping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it. What, allegedly, Brinker was the one that was saying something.
Was
like
that what it was?
I'm asking you, Chad.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I just thought that was the
Chase
rumor.
and I were at that game it was the Miami game when they came back, and that was the accusation of that.
Yeah.
Rand was
sleeping or something.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the press box next to us. I didn't see him napping then.
So I don't know if that does kind of encapsulate the Chad Brinker era. I think that might be one of the highlights. But minus that, I wouldn't give the guy any more time on that.
Hey, the stream looks good.
Yeah.
Social Cantina.
It does.
Stop by and say hi. We're here till 3 o'clock today. We'd love to see you and come by. All right, coming up next, we'll talk to Terry McCormick as we'll give more time to Chad Brinker. But Terry knows a lot more than we do. So we'll talk to Terry McCormick from TitanInsider.com, much more. We're live today at the Social Cantina down here by First Horizon Park. Stop by and see us. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show right here on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at Social Cantina. Here on 4th Avenue North, right next to First Horizon Park. It is a fantastic little establishment, great view of the ballpark. So if you come to the game tonight, stop by and say hi, and then it'll be go to the game. Hopefully the weather doesn't rain, because it was raining for a little bit, then the sun came out, then it's cold again, now it's windy, and now my head's cold, and so we move on. You're lucky you got hair.
Thank you.
Somebody else who has hair is our next guest. He is Terry McCormick from Titan Insider and Main Street Media. Terry, good afternoon to you. And I got to say, 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night is an odd time to get a press release that your president of football operations is stepping down.
Yeah, it really is kind of an odd timing on the announcement. But to me, Joe, it kind of felt inevitable that this was going to come once they made the announcement and acknowledged that Mike Borgonzi was heading up the decision-making side of the football team as general manager, and that Chad Brinker was essentially demoted from that role of overseeing everything. So it was just a matter of time. I can't believe that I'm going to say this, but after the Borgonzi announcement was made, for some reason or other, Jared Stillman was in the media room with me, and we agreed that sometime between the draft and the start of camp, a release would be sent out saying that Chad Brinker was moving on and leaving the organization. And lo and behold, that's the truth.
That's a good 3-month window there to say that was going on and to do that. So he's out. So does this role get filled, Terry? Do you need to fill this role?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know that it needs to be filled immediately because, Brinker was head of analytics and things like that, as far as how those relate to football. And he also, they explained when they had the split role where he had part of the responsibility and Borgonzi had part of the responsibility. They explained it that, all sorts of things come up for somebody that's in the general manager position, like if, they need a new machine in the weight room, if they can, go and purchase that, things like that. But to me, it's kind of hard to, separate what does Bert Nihill do in terms of running the business operation and what did Chad Brinker do in terms of the business operation. So, in the past, they've had this role before. It was Jeff Diamond. It's been Mike Reinfeldt after they hired Rustin Webster. But every time they've gone down that route, that job has been very temporary.
Oh, absolutely it has. So Terry McCormick is with us from TitanInsider.com and Main Street Media. All right, so with Brinker being gone now, I mean, look, you had Ziegler, McKenzie, all these guys, ex-GMs that were in there. I just think now it's good that you got one guy, right? You got Borgonzi. Does it make things easier when you got the GM overseeing everything else? I think it does.
Yeah, I think it simplifies things. You got a straight hierarchy. You've got Borgonzi at the top. You've got Saleh, coaching the team. And then you've got Borgonzi's lieutenants of Ziegler and McKenzie in the front office, who report to him on the personnel side. So to me, it makes all kinds of sense that it simplifies everything.
Terry McCormick's on the line with us here on the Chase and Big Joe Show. Terry, when it comes to Chad Brinker, what comes to mind for you what he'll be most remembered for?
That's a good question. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to, throw the blame out at him because he arrived in 2023, right, at not really at the start of the team's downfall. That started happening in 2022 and then saw it through 2 or 3 terrible seasons on up through last year. So he's going to be remembered for having a hand in that. But I think the thing that most people are going to look at Chad Brinker and go, the way that he quickly ascended to power, he was hired by Rand Carthon, then he jumped over Rand Carthon into a position of power, and then just as suddenly as it was announced that he was in charge, all of a sudden he wasn't in charge anymore.
Yeah, it's a really weird dynamic to just kind of look at it from a wide angle lens. Another thing to that is, I don't know if you were there when it took place, but there was a weird press conference where they didn't have any video or any audio. It was all written inscription. Do you recall that?
I don't know, but I will say this. I knew the writing was on the wall for Chad Brinker very soon when they introduced the first round picks last Friday because, in the past, Brinker has been up there with a prominent spot. If he's not on the panel speaking the way that Borgonzi and Sala were with the top two picks, he's right there in the front row up front with all the Titans dignitaries, applauding the moment and things like that. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was sitting in the back of the room on the couch when that press conference happened.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess adding on to that, Terry, I mean, could you tell any tells? Like, could you recognize anything in the last couple of weeks minus that before all these free agent signings were brought in for Tennessee in the offseason? Like, was there any signs of this potentially happening in the last couple of months?
Not really, other than just the Titans' own trend, like I mentioned before with Reinfeldt and with Diamond, how, once the shelf life seemingly is done with the Adams family, it seems like that, some people are just quickly dismissed the way that Rand Carthon and Brian Callahan and, J-Rob and Vrabel were, but others are allowed just to kind of fade away, like what happened with Brinker and a few other people. Some of them are just allowed to supposedly go out on their own terms. I don't know that it necessarily is truly his own terms, as he says he's leaving to pursue other opportunities, but it's not as abrupt as just pack your stuff and get out, you're fired.
Yeah, Terry, another thing, I was always told as a kid, you come into something, leave it better than you found it. Do you think Chad Brinker has kind of left his role better than he found it?
I guess we'll have to know what happens this year. If some of these, if the team's play improves this year and, they don't go 3-14 again, then maybe he did leave it better than he found it. But right now, I'd say the jury is still out on that, even though I'd say Brinker's involvement with this year's draft class is probably quite limited.
Terry, does this close the chapter on what has been probably the worst 3 years since the Titans got here of 23, 24, and 25? I don't include Borgonzi in this because I think he's kind of the collateral damage when he came in just for the 1 year. But Brinker's gone, Vrabel's gone, Rand's gone, that Callahan coaching staff, which was terrible, they're gone. Does this finally close the chapter on that?
It would seem to. I mean, I guess we'll know once we see how this team performs in 26 and 27 and, whether Borgonzi and Sala have any longevity here as opposed to, the revolving door that we've seen with this organization. Now that we're into calendar year 2026, it's now 5 straight years with an executive being shown the door.
Unbelievable. Terry, the rookies coming to town this weekend for their mini camp. I mean, you've been through this for 25 plus years. I mean, you don't expect to see anything. I mean, we're like, oh, so-and-so looks great in a uniform, but this is a little bit different with Tate and Falk and Anthony Hill. I mean, what do you expect to see this weekend beyond the obvious?
Well, I think you want to see those guys stand out, even in running in shorts and drills like that. You want to be able to take a look at a guy like Carnell Tate or at a guy like Keldrick Falk and, Anthony Hill, and you want to say, okay, that's what a first-round pick is supposed to look like. You don't want them to blend in. You want them to stand out. You want them to be special. And then beyond that, you'd like for some of these later picks or maybe even an undrafted guy or two to flash enough to go, hey, that guy might have a chance. So what you're looking for out of these rookies is just, you want the high picks to look like they're special, and you want the other picks to flash and look like they can be contributors.
Absolutely on that. Terry, as always, thank you. We'll talk to you later on. Appreciate your insight on everything that the Titans do, man. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
All right, Terry McCormick, Titan Insider, Main Street Media. Love Terry. He's been over there for a long time. Terry suffered through the 05 season with all of us and the 04 season.
Terry's a good guy. Great.
Yeah, the 01 season was brutal. The 01 season, that's the 9/11 year. It was terrible and everything. But the Titans just they were good in 99 and 2000, really good. I mean, they probably should go back to the Super Bowl in 2000, but the 01 team was just tired. I think they were tired. Do you know what happened? So there was a game that got postponed. It was the Titans and the Bengals got postponed 9-11. They postponed it till January. And it was a game at Nissan. So it happened in January of 2002. Both teams are terrible. And people who know where I'm going with this story, you were so young. So
I was
you don't
three
know
and a half.
Yeah. How old are you now?
27, going on
Jeez
28.
Louise. It got so bad that two players got into a fight on the sideline for a heated seat. It was Perry Phoenix and what was the other guy's name that played at Tennessee? He was a defensive back, and I can't think of his name right now. It drives me crazy. He had a show on HGTV about flipping real estate in Nashville. If you tell me his name, look it up real quick. Anyway, they got into a fight, and for some reason, I'm on like the 9th row behind that bench.
Deron
Jenkins, my man. So Perry Phoenix and Deron Jenkins get into a fight over not just, hey man. They got into a fight.
That's my seat.
And I'm on the 9th row. I'll never forget because my mom's boss gave me the seats right there. And we're all watching like, what is going on? And I remember somebody walked over to Fisher and said, hey, there's something going on. And Fisher just looked over his shoulder and looked back at the game. I mean, they were so done with the season. So, folks, you think it's bad? There's moments in this history of the Titans that have been just not bad, but bewildering. And that was one of the things, seeing two guys fight over a heated seat.
I could just hear Jeff now. Build them a campfire after the game.
They say, I don't care. I'm coaching a game. It was a meaningless game. It was like 38 degrees and raining. And I don't know why I went. I won't go when it's 75 and sunny. And I was 38 and raining.
You know why? You're a ball knower, Joe. You love football.
Watch your mouth. It was only the third year of the team being in Nissan Stadium, too. So,
yeah.
It's one of those moments.
Again, third year, I was 3.5.
Yeah.
3.25.
Grown up now.
Yeah.
I could have taken you to the game in a backpack.
You could have.
Uh-huh.
Like a little chihuahua.
Yeah, and fed you goldfish and your little sippy cup.
Didn't do that.
You did. Everybody had goldfish.
Yeah, but.
And a sippy. Don't think you're different than anybody else.
Well,
my kids had goldfish and a sippy cup, and so did you.
Well, they cut like the end of the Ziploc bag, and that's what I ate. I drank.
You ate a Ziploc bag?
Drank out of a Ziploc bag.
What's going?
I'm just saying, when I was at a lot of these baseball games or football games for my brother,
yeah,
that was my drink.
You're as weird as Nick Barris. You know
Whoa!
That? All right,
Nick
we'll take a break.
A good man.
We will take a break and come back. And our question of the day, brought to you by Aries Tactical. What is your Kentucky Derby horse's name? And we say this because if your horse is going to win coming down the backstretch, what do you want the announcer to be screaming? Mine is, God, it stinks in here. What's yours?
The backside.
The backside. Here comes the backside. Mm-hmm. Why the backside?
Just because it's funny. It's like absolutely opposite because you got to go forward, but it's actually back. Just something dumb.
That is pretty. Down the backside.
Yeah,
the backstretch and the backside. Yeah. Mine's God, it stinks here. Let us know, 615-737-1025, 615-737-1025. You can call or text. We're live today at the Social Cantina right next to First Horizon Park. This place is simply fantastic. I had no idea how great it was to walk in today. The food's good.
The Matador.
The ambiance is good. Is that what you had, the Matador?
The El Matador, yeah.
I had something along those lines.
Same thing.
We had the same thing?
We get the same thing.
Okay, all right. Well done. It was good. I had steak. You have steak?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, come by and see us. The Chase and Big Joe Show right here, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show. Look, you know who band this is? It's called Train in Vain is the song. Do you know the band?
I feel
One
like
of the greatest
should.
albums of all time. They sang Rock the Casbah, The Clash.
The Clash.
London is Calling is an
Yeah.
amazing, amazing album.
I should have known that.
That's all right. No, you're young. You weren't born until 40 years later after that album came out. I think the album came out in 82.
Yeah, I was not born for a while.
Good job, Brando, bringing us back here. We're live. The Chase and Big Joe show brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel is live today at the Social Cantina. Stop by and see. Nice crowd in here today.
Wonderful.
Piling in. Do people work anymore?
I feel like it's all remote jobs.
Do they
But-
work anyway? Remote jobs.
Bar is loaded up over here, which is great.
It
It's a
is.
great thing to see.
All right, our question today is your Kentucky Derby horse name. Now, we do this with the hope that we could read your text on the air. There's about a third of these that if I read it, we would be fired. So we're not going to read. They're creative. Don't let me get it wrong. They're creative Kentucky Derby horse names, but we can't read these on the air. But you guys keep them coming. 615-737-1025. Rick in Brentwood says horse's name Left Turn Only or Jockey Underwear. That's pretty good. 2459. Now read these. I can't read that one. Sorry. 1742 off of Mike Organ. The Rayon City Racer. Come on, Mike. You're better than that. Get more creative with your Kentucky Derby name.
I like the alliteration, though, Mike. That's great.
4182 says he had the one that was I sharded, but said I would name my horse It Wasn't Me. Now the whole thing is having to come down the back stretch of like screaming your horse's name out, what it would be.
And it would sound like the announcer was the one that did all that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
You know, it'd be even better if he had a color analyst next to him and he'd say, "Oh, I sharded," and then he goes, "It wasn't me." That'd be great.
Yeah. And
Like
then
a
God,
1-2.
it stinks in here.
Yes.
So he's got to read the names coming down. I got one earlier. It said Brando's texting us. Brando, we got a group text with Brando, our producer.
Yes, because we have a caller on the line, and that is
Okay.
Dustin in Hopkinsville. He had a little comment about.
Yeah, welcome in, Dustin. How are you, buddy?
Conversation.
Let's say it is 12:53. So good afternoon. I cannot keep up with time lately. Too dang busy, and praise the Lord for being too busy. I'd rather
There we
feast
go.
than famine. I've got a few that I came up with while waiting. Summer teeth. Some are there, some are missing. So summer teeth would be great, I think.
All right.
Another one, my nickname on the railroad was CSX with Maybelline. And so I figured they could do, maybe she was born with it, and then everybody else would know what to say after that at home. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Okay.
I kind of like that one. Now, your story about the two grown men fighting over a heated seat.
Yes.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. These two guys are very smart because both men wanted the seat, and they could not win by sitting there sharing cheek to cheek half the seat. Okay, it would have looked a little sus. So what they did was like, hey man, let's make up a fight. We'll both get heated by going at it together. We'll both warm up. So that's what I got.
Okay. All right, Dustin. Thanks, buddy. Hey, keep busy working and praising the Lord, my man.
That's right, man. Have a good day. Thanks.
All right. See ya.
Great.
That's a great call. But no, I witnessed the whole thing start. I mean, it was not planned. It was. I remember asking Derek Mason about because nobody knew.
Right.
Because you know why? Derek Mason didn't know because he's playing in the game. He wants to win the game.
Exactly.
He's not concerned about Deron Jenkins and Perry Phoenix fighting over a seat. I mean, it's the damnedest thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, I've seen guys fight in practice. I've seen guys do things in practice with like, why are you guys fighting? I get all that. But to fight over a heated seat just absolutely blew my mind. And it was happening right in front of us.
As they say, it's first world problems.
Is it?
I think it's a first world problem, yeah.
Yeah, for a heated seat?
Yeah.
But how you're a football player.
Look,
I get it's the last game of the year.
you know
Something Chris Sanders would do.
I mean, Chris was no bench warmer, all right?
No, he wasn't.
He was an actual contributed player.
He
And
was.
That's an issue with, this whole situation you're talking about from way back in the day is like, if you're fighting over a heated seat, you ain't playing football, buddy.
No, you're not. So when you think Titans things could be worse, I mean, I understand the 22 season. Remember the 22 season? They had a 4-game lead.
They were on a roll.
And then Robinson gets fired and the things spiral out of control. And that Jacksonville game, was that the Christmas game here in 22?
It may have been.
With Josh Dobbs starting? It's kind of like they all just threw in the towel. And it was like, what in the world? Josh Dobbs had never started a game before. So he started that game on that, was it Christmas night?
I'm looking right now.
I think it was Christmas of 25.
2022.
And the 23 season was kind of like, all right, what's going on here?
You said Christmas of 25?
22.
22. Okay, yeah. December 11th is what I have here. January 3rd or January 7th of 2023 was that one. Yeah. That
What was the Monday night game here that they were terrible?
That was December 11th of 2022.
Is that the Josh Dobbs game? No.
They lost 36-22
to Jacksonville.
Yeah, nope. Tannehill was quarterback in that game.
Yeah, go to 20. Go down.
I'm looking. These are a lot of boxes.
What do you do? How slow is your computer?
It's not slow. It's just dim. I can't see the screen. I'm scrolling. Joe, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in the 22 season, and I have both games. And
maybe it was 23 when Dobbs played.
No, it was the same season. It was 2023 at the end of the 22 season. You kept telling me it was in December. No, it was in January.
What was the game on?
He started and they lost 20-16. He went 20 for 29, 179, a
Dobbs.
touchdown. Yes, Josh Dobbs.
When was the game played?
January 7th of 2023.
Thank you.
It is the last game of the 22 season.
I knew it was 22 season.
You told me December.
I thought it was December.
It wasn't.
And why can't you're like, I can't see my computer. There's a setting on your computer where you can turn up and see
I just did.
the brightness.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to conserve energy, Joseph.
Don't you have a plug-in?
I do.
Your generation is so weird.
No.
You guys are so weird, right?
Okay.
Plug the thing in.
I got full battery. I'm just conserving my energy to some degree.
All right.
We're out here for 3 hours having a good time.
I know. Where are we,
at
by the
one
way?
of the wonderful places on earth, and that's Social Cantina. And let me tell you about their Cinco de Mayo early.
Yeah.
You can come early over here with 1025 The Game at Social Cantina in Germantown this Saturday. There will be music from 3 to 6 p.m., drink specials, swag giveaways, raffles, and patio party vibes all day long. Grab your crew and celebrate Cinco de Mayo the right way. Only at Social Cantina.
I love it. All right, we'll come back. We have 2 more hours for you. Our question of the day is, what's your Kentucky Derby's horse name? A lot of reaction coming in. We're going to talk about them expanding the NCAA tournament to 76 teams. They're going to expand they're going to expand college football as well. So the question, Dr. Crane, is, and don't answer, if they expand the college football playoffs to add any amount of 4 teams or 8 teams, should all conference championships be done? We'll get your reaction. We'll talk about that next right here. This is Jason Big Joe Show brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel right here on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Social Cantina here next to First Horizon Park in the kind of Germantown area over here today. Chase McCabe off today. Dr. Crane next to me here. Brando behind the board. And the Sounds play tonight. You hear that game on 94.9 with our buddy Jeff Ham. Jeff, if you're listening, we're going to come one afternoon and help you call a game, just like the 4th, the 5th, and 6th inning. So Jeff will know to lock the door the 3rd inning, and that we can't come in there and get it done. I think Jeff Ham is a fantastic announcer.
I agree 100%. He does a really good job with the Sounds, and at some point there's going to be a major league ball.
Absolutely. I called the 2 or 3 football games with him this past year in the state championships on TV, and his preparation list was so long, and mine was a couple of scattered notes that I couldn't read. We'll get to our conference championship talk in just a second, but this just came out. Houston Texans and linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair have reached agreement on a 3-year contract extension. Let me ask you a question, Dr. Cream.
Okay.
Former Titan, right?
Yep.
Does it bug you that your ex-girlfriend is doing well without you?
No, because it's on you to do better than her.
Huh?
It's on you to do better than your ex-girlfriend.
And
so in this case, it's on the Titans to do better than Azeez Al-Shaair.
All right.
Instead of sulking in your sorrows and wondering, well, if we would have signed him, we probably would have had him for a long.
I mean, he got a 3-year deal, right? I mean, I think he's a dirty player.
But look, he's had his issues.
Yeah.
And they're with the rules. I get all that. The Houston Texans, the only thing that was going well for them last season, Joe, and we both know this, was the defense. You go back and look at that wild card game against the New England Patriots. What was the only thing that kept them in that football game? Their defense,
right?
The interior pressure.
Yeah.
The person that let them down was C.J. Stroud. I think the biggest question mark for the Houston Texans going forward, and I wonder what Nick Caserio has to say about it.
Probably Nick Caserio has the next 10 commandments he's bringing down. There's Noah and then Nick Caserio.
I want to know what he say. But besides that, you look at C.J. Stroud, and if he can't figure it out this offseason going into the fall, guess what? The Houston Texans are back to where they were last year. And that was a really good defense that may actually win them 8 games. That's about it.
Okay, well, we'll see. But he has signed a 3-year deal with the Texans, so good for him. But you make a good point there, Dr. Crane. Finally, for 2.5 years, you made a good point on the show.
It's about time. Good Lord.
I know, right? It's been a while. Sitting there arguing with Connor Newt and Parker Kelly over nonsense. And now here we are.
You should see me go grocery shopping, Joe. I just
I
yell
ain't doing that.
I just yell at the aisles of where is the butter? Where is the maple syrup? Give me some pancakes. That's what I want.
I bet. Do you go? Kroger stopped Senior Day, right? You can't do Senior Day. Didn't they have Senior Day to go shopping?
Yeah, they give you 65-cent coffee while you shop. Yep.
Okay, that was my favorite joke that I had because I said because the Pro Bowl was such a joke. I said you see better effort at Kroger on Senior Day. Then they stopped the Senior Day, and I got to find new jokes for that. All right, another thing real quick, too. In the ESPN.com, they have their side top headlines.
Yeah.
The number 8 headline is Vikings quarterback McCarthy marries his longtime girlfriend.
Excuse me?
Yeah, right? That's a big story today. J.J. McCarthy marries longtime girlfriend.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's a headline.
Okay. I thought you said quarterback coach. I was going, what?
No, he didn't marry his quarterback coach.
I was going to say, wait, what?
No, that would be something else.
Wow.
He did not marry his quarterback coach.
Well, good for J.J. McCarthy. Maybe this actually will help him in his quarterback development in the NFL. I mean, that's a huge thing is, he wasn't really developing as a true systematic NFL quarterback, and obviously that's due to his regression from the knee injury. But you wonder if he can figure it out now that he has some stability in his life. And I'm a bachelor. I'm single. I don't have anybody to really go home to per se. But I've been told and what I hear online and stuff and on sports shows and whatnot, when they have a significant other, things kind of change for them.
Okay, we need to get you a cat.
No.
Yeah, get your cat.
No.
Yeah.
Hello, Kia.
And we call the cat Rocco.
No.
Rocco. So, all right, is
that a valid statement that I'm making there? Yeah.
All right, it's not bad. All right, so the story we're getting on today was according to Pete Thamel, the NCAA has initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's basketball tournaments to 76 teams. So we know that's going to happen, which is an absolute disaster because, hell, a quarter of those teams aren't going to win the national championship. I get it. It's fun. The drama's fun. I get all that stuff for that, for the weekend. So football is going to move. I think they're going to 16, probably go to 24. There's no doubt in my mind they'll go to 32, which is absolutely awful. If they do that, do you guys care about conference championships anymore? I will always care about them. I think it's a great thing. Like, to win the SEC, I think is still powerful, right? Peyton Manning won the SEC in 97. To me, I'm weird. I think that's better than any Super Bowl he won.
Yeah, really?
I think winning the SEC is, I don't know, something about that to me. I told you I'm weird. Is just something cool of winning that. But if you're gonna go play if you're Georgia and you're ranked number 1, you gotta go play another week in the conference championship. You don't want to be there. So are we gonna get rid of it all? Do you care if they get rid of it?
I believe TV companies will care because there's a lot of money involved, Joe.
It's only 4 games that they really get into. Power 4.
It doesn't matter. The NCAA has, I'm not NCAA, but ESPN has ACC Network, the SEC Network. What's the powerhouse of college basketball? Majority of the time, it's the ACC. SEC's been in there from time to time, but what I'm trying to get to is there's millions and millions of dollars that are invested into college basketball, along with college football. And for college basketball's sake, there's a women's college basketball.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about football.
Oh, did you not just say men's basketball?
But I'm taking college football is going to expand too as well.
Well, yeah, eventually.
And then if you're, Kirby Smart coaches football, not basketball.
I know.
Yeah. So if you're coaching football.
So you're confusing me.
No, this is about football.
Okay, all
so
right.
if you're Georgia and Kirby Smart, you're ranked number 1.
Sure.
You don't want to go play, Arkansas, who's 27th trying to get in. You got nothing to gain from that.
Well, then here's the
Get
deal.
rid of it.
If you add another game, we're getting to the point of what the NFL is doing right now. And that, I'm not saying create another bye week because they would have an 18-game season. But I'm saying if the NCAA and college football decide to expand their season, I feel like there comes a CBA at some point, right? They got to start, negotiating some more money. If these players if people want not a salary cap for college football, but want a little stability, there's going to have to be a baseline amount of money for NIL purposes for these players, because that's what's going to be argued in the courtroom.
Sure, I get all that, but at the same time, you get rid of conference championships. That weekend is you give like 8 teams a bye,
but that's pointless.
And then you play games that weekend into the college football playoffs.
It's pointless.
Why?
Pointless, because there are teams like LSU, for example. I think Brian Kelly with Jaden Daniels was that the year they won the SEC championship. Yeah. They had three losses on their schedule,
something like that.
Did they go to the playoff? Or did they just miss out?
That was only 4 teams were allowed that year.
Yeah. So again, they just missed out. That, to me, I think it's a consolation prize. I get.
But what did Georgia have to gain? Georgia played them that year. What did Georgia have to gain? Nothing.
Yeah.
So you play your way into it. So that's LSU's fault for losing 3 games.
Right.
So you play your way into it. You get that weekend done, the first weekend in December. You get rid of conference championships. You make that the opening weekend of the college football playoffs. Then you're not waiting till December 22nd to do the first round. You're pushing that stuff and get it going now, the momentum, and they're going to gripe about exams, and I get all that, but these guys they're smart. They can study on their own. They can figure it out.
Is there any prize money for teams to win their conference championship?
I don't know.
Not to your knowledge.
Pride.
Well, yeah.
I love that.
I
think it's great. You won the SEC. It just sounds good, man.
There's got to be an incentive for me to play in a conference championship game.
Okay.
I'm not saying it has to be money driven, but like you said, for pride, yeah, you want to win a championship for your university. That's what you're needing to do. And so if college football decides to move on from conference championship week, it's just going to be a lost cause, because again, you're going to have, like you mentioned, a bye week in that point and have all these teams get ready for the 12-team playoff is what it'll be, right?
Right.
Then you're going to have your first round games be kind of meh, as always. The buildup is just going to be even more for the playoff. That's all it is.
Well, that's why I don't think I'm not in favor of expanding anything. It's just ridiculous.
What I said at the beginning of the show.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Social Cantina.
Well, but about college football and college athletics as a whole.
I'll be honest. I didn't pay attention to the first hour.
A lot of people don't pay attention.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
But you got to have a structure of rules before you can expand your product, because all you're doing is diluting the product.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you were over here saying, Joe, I need you to go expand our water business down the street. Well, you go and get more water, but you have no stands to put them on. That's what this tournament is. The tournament is the stand. You have the water. You don't have enough stands to fill for the water.
Do you drink?
No.
No.
You didn't get that, did you?
I got it. It's just it took me it's like Waymo. It took me a different direction where I thought
I don't put you in a circle, though. I don't want to make you sick.
Do you run red lights?
I don't make you late to your flight. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I get it, man. I just don't like. You got to earn things, man. You got to earn it.
I agree.
You got to get out there and fight. That's like, when they expanded football, and now like 14 of the 32 get in, and hockey, hell, half the hockey team, maybe more. I think.
No, the biggest issue I think a lot of people have is NBA. Is like they have the play-in tournament along with the playoffs. I mean, half the league is getting into the playoffs.
I watched part of the Knicks Hawks last night because I was bored, had a rare night at home.
Oh.
And I watched both teams go down the court and just heave 35-footers that hit the back of the backboard and careemed off someplace.
Be honest.
Is it caromed or careemed?
Kareem?
A basket creams off the shot creams off the basket? Or caroms?
Never heard of that. I never heard of either of those.
Kareems?
I've heard of the Kareem shot, but that no.
When you something bounces crazy, it's like that shot careemed off of there. You ever heard that? It's a word.
Yep.
Look it up.
I'll look it up. Mike, the question I was going to ask you, realistically, like when you watched that game last night, how much similar was that game when it came to watching the Globetrotters? Be honest.
Pretty good point.
Be honest.
Because there's goofy passing, crazy shots, nobody hustles.
Yep.
Although LeBron's being pretty much of a badass during all this. He has hit some amazing. So I'll put LeBron in the corner over here because he's awesome. But
the product itself, though, Joe.
That's a good point. There was a behind-the-back pass last night in the Portland-San Antonio game that went to like the 9th row, right? I'm like, I could do that. I could make that shot. Yeah, you're right.
The NBA is the Savannah Bananas on steroids.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
They just go down and shoot.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have a good appreciation for National Basketball League. I'm a Knicks fan, just not religiously. I follow it during the playoffs there, like you said.
How are you a Knicks fan?
I had family in New York back in the day.
Nick Frazier.
And that, too.
New York Knicks, and then Nick Frazier.
Yeah. It's a good alliteration.
Who's your favorite New York Knick?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, I thought you might go Bernard King.
No, I could
Pat
go.
Ewing, John Starks.
Could go John Starks. Now, there was a video game back in the day called NBA Jam. John Starks and Patrick Ewing were on that game. It was pretty fun.
John Starks, bad dude back then.
Yeah. They had that big old feud, 83 through 85 with the Pacers, right?
90, because Ewing didn't come out till 80.
I'm sorry, 93 to 95. Yeah, excuse me.
Some great games.
Yeah.
Knicks made it to the finals in 94, and then they played the Houston Rockets.
Yep.
You know what's happening that night in 1990? You weren't even born yet.
Joe, again, I'm just an afterthought.
I know. 1994 games, I think it was game 7 of Houston, New York. That was the O.J. Bronco chase.
Really?
Yeah. Because Bob Costas is like, hey, big game tonight. By the way, we're keeping an eye on this O.J. Simpson Bronco chase happening on the L.A. freeway. That was I'm pretty sure it was game 7 between the Knicks and the.
Could you imagine back in the day having a simulcast?
And I think, correct me wrong, texters, but I think it was the same night that the Rangers were having their celebration parade, or they were in the Stanley Cup. All that happened at that time. See how all that evolves?
It does. Imagine having a picture-in-picture, having the OJ in a small picture.
Sure, people did. You know, the rumor for a long time was that was the busiest night in the history of Domino's Pizza.
Yeah.
Because I was at home watching. We all were home watching.
You were part of that statistic.
But I think I did order pizza that night. I'm being totally honest. Yeah. We were at a friend's house. Like, we're not leaving this to watch this. So, all right, that's good. That evolved from the NBA and the Globetrotters to the OJ chase.
I will say, talking about chasing stuff.
Chase, where are you? Can you come over and help us out anywhere?
Well, but the Kentucky Derby is Saturday, and our question today is blowing up on the text line, Joe.
Before we go to the break, Brando, take Marshall. Marshall wants to chime in about our NBA opinion. Marshall, welcome in, buddy.
Hey, man. I don't really have anything, I guess, to say. I just wondering if you guys saw relating to the conversation you had about the NBA players basically being lazy and not hustling.
No.
No, I mean they go
Hold
down and they just shoot, and it's like there's no defense. I mean,
Hold
that's
up.
been the NBA for 40 years.
Let me clarify
Yeah.
something for you, Marshall, real quick. I didn't say they were lazy.
I think I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
My bad.
That's okay. Well,
Oh.
what I said, I have an appreciation for the National Basketball Association. I'm just saying the product has evolved to where it feels like you're watching a Globetrotter game.
Yeah, it's stale, from what I understand. And I don't watch NBA, so you guys could speak more upon it than I can. But anyway, I was just wondering if you guys saw. I think it was a couple of years ago. I think maybe less, but and I don't know what program it was on. But basically, PK Subban was like a guest on the Stephen A. Smith show, and they were talking about this very subject about why viewership on the NBA playoffs is down. And, PK, who dominated that debate, was basically like, well, the players have no pride in their sport. Whereas in the NHL, that's all you ever you ever see is incredible pride in their sport. And, and I mean, you see NBA players, if they tweak any kind of part of their body, if they're out for 6 months, right? And I mean, hockey players are getting their ears bitten off and whatever, and coming back for the very next play. So anyway, I don't know. I think it was an interesting thing you guys kind of brought up. I don't really honestly have an opinion one way about it, one way or the other.
Sorry, Marshall. We appreciate you calling in, Bubba. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, take care, guys. Have a great day.
All right, doing that.
I know what he's
But here's the deal. I've been making the NBA joke for 40 years, like make the score 100, let them play for 2 minutes. That's a 40, 50-year NBA joke, right?
Yeah.
And I will tell you this. If I'm going down, I'm like, all right, what's on that? If I see like Spurs, Rockets, or Hawks, Wizards, or Lakers, Nuggets, I'm watching the Lakers because of LeBron.
Right.
And I don't know many of the guys in the NBA, but I'm watching like, let's see what LeBron's doing. Right? I mean, he is as powerful as Jordan was, and people will argue that. And great, I don't get into the greatest player debate. I don't care.
Yeah,
but I'll watch because LeBron's on the Lakers. What's he doing?
He's dominating the court. Is what he's doing. Exactly.
Good backup on me right there, man.
You're
Good
welcome.
one. All right, we'll take another break, Brando. We're live at Social Cantina today, right across from First Horizon Park. What a great setup here. This place is fantastic. Back with more. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game.
All right, back here at Social Cantina in left field over at the Sound Stadium here in Germantown. Chasing Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier alongside Big Joe Dubin and Brennan Bigsby back at our Busy Bee studios. Joe and I got into a pretty good conversation about basketball and everything else that has transpired after that. SEC, should they get rid of the conference championship? A good reception on the text line, by the way. If you want to weigh in on our Wilson County Hyundai text line, call or text at 615-737-1025. Would love to hear from you. And, yeah, Joe, it seems like everybody loves the question today along with the SEC conversation.
Well, let's go back.
Uh-oh.
It's Kareem, and I don't know why I thought it was Kareem. So thank you, Greg Pogue, for correcting me. Kareem moves swiftly in an uncontrolled way in a specified direction. A basketball, when he bounces off the rim, can careen a certain way in a uncontrolled way in a specified direction. So,
Gotcha.
God, I'm not smart. I didn't say I was. And by the way, it's June 17th was the day of the OJ chase. And I ask you this, and we'll throw this out to the text line. What's one moment, non-sports, that you could not get away from the TV because something was happening?
The one thing I want to make sure this is right. The church, let's see. Yeah, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris.
Okay, when was that?
That happened in 22, I think.
2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, I was in community college. I remember something caught fire, and then part of the church started to burn.
Right.
And I thought it was just such a powerful thing. Again, I'm a Catholic guy, so like it was pretty hit home for me. And there were some pictures after all the burning of the aftermath, and only thing that was glowing from the sunlight beaming right down to the altar was a cross. Thought that was just so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, look, when was it? Look that up if you don't mind. Mine was, it was the 9/11 was tough. I mean, all those, we get that. But the Challenger, when the Challenger exploded, that's like the first real awful negative thing that we all witnessed because we were home for school that day. If you lived in Nashville, we were out for snow. It was January, I think, 28th of 1986. We were home for snow day, and then we all watched the Challenger explode. And then everything after that, and then Reagan's speech that he gave was just, I mean, gut-wrenching. When I visited the White House, when I walked into the Oval Office years ago, you can take one step in, and I saw the desk, and I was thinking, of all the things, Reagan gave that Challenger speech behind that desk.
The Resolute desk.
Powerful.
Right.
The Resolute desk.
Yeah.
Powerful. When was the Notre Dame Cathedral?
April 15th of 2019.
Been that long ago?
Yeah, I guess so. Because I graduated high school in 17. So, yeah, second year of college. Yeah, that's about right.
0178 says the Columbine. That was an awful day. That was April 20th of 1999. You know, I remember exactly where I was that day, and that was a terrible day. I mean, you just got glued to the TV. You couldn't leave.
Right.
Like the OJ chase was another one. You couldn't leave your Notre Dame Cathedral. You just couldn't leave. Like, I don't know. I really don't want to see this, but I can't pry myself away from the TV.
Yeah, and again, that just goes to show you the news coverage of all that type of stuff because they're monumental things that happen in this world. You kind of have to just keep your tuchus glued to the chair.
Right. That was something that's
I'm trying to think of another one that is kind of circulated. I would say probably the Aaron Hernandez stuff. That might be something to.
But was there one moment in that happened? I mean, there was a lot of things that went on, but
yeah, I mean, it wasn't really per se news coverage. I mean, there probably were some stories about it, but like the whole like 30 for 30s, the E60s, the Netflix doc that came out, it kind of gave more context around that story. I mean, I just say that entire series had me glued to my chair, but. Now, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about live events that were covered in real time.
Yeah, and somebody's waiting on the text line says, no, that was the Shaq versus Ewing, right? On their text line, the 1994 NBA Finals. No, it was the Knicks and the Rockets, and it was Game 5 of the Rockets that chase were playing the Knicks, and then the Rockets ended up winning the series 4-3.
All right,
that was back in 1990.
I hate to interrupt you, but you struck a chord with the person on our phone line, Big Shark.
Okay.
He has a comment about wants to respond on the saying that LeBron is more powerful than MJ conversation. So, Big Shark, what you got for us, man?
Hey, man, how you guys doing this afternoon?
Good.
What's up, man?
Hey, I was just calling to see, like, I wanted to get some clarity on what did you mean by LeBron being more powerful than Michael Jordan?
No. I said
And
he's
before,
just as powerful as Michael Jordan in the terms
okay, as
of
far as in what context?
getting me to watch a game.
Okay.
I don't
I can
compare
understand it
rings.
now
I
in
don't
this
compare.
generation.
Well, I don't get in all that debate because I really don't care. But the fact that he'll
Yeah.
make me, if I turn on the TV and I see a listing and the Lakers are there, I'm clicking on the Lakers because I'm like, oh, let's see what LeBron's doing. To me, that's just as
Okay.
powerful as Michael Jordan.
Okay, but I'm just gonna give you, maybe 2 or 3 points real quick.
Sure.
See, with sports in sports these days, we have a lot of media coverage, so we have more access to players. So seeing a player like LeBron, of course, if he's playing on TV, I'm gonna watch too. And I'm a big Michael Jordan fan, and I like LeBron. But as far as like the power context, I mean, I'm 34 years old. I mean, I'm a blue collar worker. I'm literally about to get out of my car, change my shoes, and I'm wearing Michael Jordan. He hadn't played in 21 years.
Right.
There's so many kids around here that that idolize him and want to be like him, and still to this day they still talk about him. And I just wanted to get some clarity on the power that LeBron has over Michael Jordan. And to be honest, LeBron is nowhere near Michale Jordan. He never will be as far as like getting you to watch anything, because now Michael Jordan is winning championships in NASCAR, and everybody's watching NASCAR that wouldn't watch NASCAR before. So that's just my take on it. I'm just
we love it, brother. Always call in. Thank you.
Player. Thank you.
All right. I didn't mean to cut him off. My bad.
Right.
I did. All right. We'll take another break. Come back. All your phone calls. Let us know. The question is, what is your Kentucky Derby horse's name? We've had some fun with that. And then anything else you want to talk to Chad Brinker? We're just going to take a break. We're live at the Social Cantina today next to First Horizon Park right here on 102.5 The Game.
back here at Social Cantina. Excuse me, I just got sidetracked. I was going to do an intro of something, but never mind. Golly.
It's not hard to bring the show back.
No, I was going to do some like Michael Jordan thing, but never mind.
That's okay.
Yeah, brain was thinking about too many things. Yeah, back here at Social Cantina, 1025 The Game. Jason Big Joe Show. Having a great day today, and obviously everybody is as well.
Thanks, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Won't you be my neighbor? No, Jesus, Joe, you're something else.
Oh my gosh.
We appreciate all the interaction on the phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. It seems like our question of the day is just blown up, Joe. I mean, just everybody's over here.
But
reacting.
don't we have somebody special on the line, though?
We do. I don't want to keep them waiting because that's one big no-no in radio history is never to keep this man in particular.
Right.
Kenny the mailman. What you want to talk about, Kenny?
I love that. That might be the only time in my life I'm elevated. That is awesome.
You're welcome.
Listen, Joe, my wife's birthday is 9/11. So on 9/11, we had the TVs off, didn't answer the phone. We were just taking care of Babette. And her mother desperately, got one of the neighbors to check on us. So we had no idea what was going on until about 11 o'clock on 9/11. And then we couldn't turn it off. But I wish our society at 9/11, on 9/11, everyone would just come to a stop for 1 minute. That's all I'd ask for. But, we don't inconvenience ourselves for anything. We don't have a long memory. People want to move on, but that's something we always should remember. And you hardly even hear anything about 9/11 anymore.
No, you're exactly right. And that's the thing is, have we become not the word's not soft, but if we become just like used to that stuff, and it's really sad if we have, right?
Yeah. In Israel, they have different days where everything stops for 1 minute. Highway, everything. And it's very, very meaningful because it builds into the conscience. Hey, something terrible happened. And you don't forget stuff like that.
No, nor should
Let
you
me,
not at all.
Right. And let me say, I'm not a little old man screaming at the sky, but I used to live and die with SEC football, SEC basketball, chart who played who, get so excited. People don't even realize not only is the championship game doesn't mean anything anymore. Starting this fall, some teams are going to have 4 SEC home games, and some are going to have 5. Did you realize that?
I did not, but you are correct about that.
How in the world does that balance the schedule? Say when Alabama and Georgia only have 4 home games and Florida and Texas have 5. That's a huge balance. And to this day, I've asked 2 SEC basketball coaches, explain to me how you schedule the regular season. And they look at me and they go, they handle it. There's so many teams you don't know who you're playing. It's random sometimes who you're playing twice. And to me, it just takes the fun out of the regional rivalries out. It's just, something to listen to and watch. It didn't matter to it like it used to have. But I'm going to be interested this fall watching the fans when they realize, why does my team only have 4 SEC home games? Have a great day.
All right, Kenny. Thank you, buddy. He's got a point there.
Point. And again, to the 4 home games, the 5 home games, we both know this. Greg Sankey, a lot of stuff he does in the SEC is calculated. So to look at some of these teams that are getting 4 home games compared to 5, the ones that are getting 5 home games, you look at ticket sales, you look at TV revenue, you look at just the amount of recruits that come in, what prestige is that university in the SEC. All those factor into how many home games one specific SEC university is going to have when it comes to this upcoming fall.
Well, I'll never forget when Chase and I talked to Greg Sankey at SEC Media Days. I mean, it was like day 2. He just looked exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
And there were still Wednesday and Thursday to come down there in Atlanta, and just seeing like he was exhausted about the questions and the future and NIL and the conference championship game, what's going to happen, what's going to go on, and, and dealing with sites and locations and all that. I was like, there's no way I want his job. The only time he perked up was we talked about the Nashville Predators. That's the only time Greg Sankey, like, hey, and the Predators are the South hockey team, and he opened up about it. I was like, oh, this is great. Can you give us that same energy during the rest of the interview? But
Well, I mean,
I
it's
felt bad for him.
It's a record player for him. You're just playing the same hits over and over. I mean, it's not no discredit to you and Chase. It's just that.
Oh, I would totally. I think we bored him to death.
No, I'm just saying SEC Media Days. That guy. How many interviews do you think he did before he came to you guys?
I don't know.
Probably maybe 50.
Chase was showing him wrestling videos. It kind of perked him up a little bit.
I mean, Mark Henry showed up too.
Mark Henry,
big Texas guy.
Look at you, man.
Yeah.
And everybody walking by our location right there.
You
so
got that right.
No.
No, but I just think like that's probably why he perked up a little bit about the Preds. It was something different. You guys threw him a curveball and he hit a home run.
yeah, I just don't. I don't want that kind of pressure in my life. I'm bad enough. The pressure I got now. I don't want that kind of pressure.
Why do you
going
think Nick Saban keeps saying, "I don't want to be the president of college football, or I'll be the commissioner of college football"? I don't want
on?
that.
That dude. Let me tell you, he loves the limelight.
He is true.
Let me tell you, I mean, he's good. He earned it. But he loves. Like he walked out Morgan Wallen that night.
Oh,
man, he's like, I'm not sure this young man's name, but I'll walk out there anyway.
how old is Nick Saban?
73, maybe.
Well, and that walkout he did with Morgan Wallen, he had a good vertical jump because he slapped and hit something on top of the door frame.
How old is Nick Saban? Let me look.
He's got to be over under. It's not celebrity birthdays, but I'm going to go 73.
That's what I said too, pal. 74.
Ah,
He'll be 75 on Halloween. Nick Saban's birthday's Halloween.
Yeah,
Isn't that great?
that's a push, by the way. That didn't carry.
That is a push, right? So yeah, I mean that's it's a crazy thing, man. But again, this whole thing's revolving, and the problem is we got all summer to talk about it. Expansion, conference championships, all that's going on with the SEC. I mean, I know things evolve. I mean, it's a far cry when me and the growing in the '80s when there were 10 teams, and
Yeah.
I remember Bino Cook inflamed Vanderbilt fans when he said the only way Vanderbilt will ever win the SEC is if the other 9 schools go on probation. People were hot. I'm like, well, how do you shut him up? You go win the SEC championship. And I think Vandy is. I mean, this past year last 2 years have been close, but before then it had been a while that they were really
contenders.
Yeah, for all that. And so that was a joke that Bino Cook made, and everybody was just hot over that. But I mean, rightfully so for all that. So there are 10 teams now. You got 16. It's massive. These contract deals, and look, it's part of growing and evolving. I mean, you want it to grow. You don't want it to go backwards.
Right.
Then there's only 4 teams in the SEC, and one of them is Sewanee, who used to be
Founding member.
I think Sewanee's got more SEC titles in Kentucky in football, something crazy.
Really?
Something like that along those lines.
I have to look that
Georgia
up.
Tech was in there. Sewanee was in there. Tulane was in there.
Yep, that's right.
Back in the original day, your Mississippi State Bulldogs were in there at some point.
Let's see. Swanee, as a football team, has won 15 conference championships, 12-0 in the SIAA. Let's see. Anything about the SEC?
Why are you squinting on your computer?
Joseph.
Turn the brightness up.
It is up all the way.
But why are you squinting?
I have an eye doctor appointment pretty soon.
No,
Okay?
you don't. See, look, my screen is bright and welcoming, like my inner soul.
You saying my inner soul is
I don't know, man. If it goes off
squinting?
your screen there, I don't know what's happening. What's Sewanee done? Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk Sewanee football on the Jason Big Joe Show, live from the Social Cantina. We're close. We're in Germantown. How about we're next to the Sound Stadium? Back with more. We'll give you a deep dive into Sewanee football. We come back on 102.5 The Game.
I think this spot, as the years go, to get you to perform.
Robbie's with us. He's the director of operations at the Social Cantina. What's your favorite item on the menu?
I would say fajitas. I think it's just a great presentation choice, other than like beer. But but I think when you see those sizzling in the dining room, it's good for yourself. It's good to share with people.
You said earlier, I mean, for pregame, this is perfect,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's the stadium, right? I was going to go around, but you're right here. I mean, it's everything you need.
We're right here. We got game day specials, $5 bars, $3 tacos on during home games. Also, we've got our great specials that we run during games as well. So, our goal is to have someone want to sit out here while people are full on the patio, and then we just want to enjoy it.
Has it happened?
I think there have been balls come out here, foul balls, but nothing's been like washed like all the way to it yet.
Okay, I think I got a good feeling about that.
But yeah, maybe all like fly out.
You're like,
is there insurance for that? Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
because that's a shot.
I know.
Over and everything.
That might get called up.
After that, Robbie, thank you, man. We love the spot. It's really cool. First time here, but all I've heard is rave reviews about this place. So, thank you. Robbie's director of operations here at the Social Cantina. Thanks to First Horizon Park. We'll take a break and come back. What day is it? Celebrity birthdays right here, 102.5.
I just don't think it's a healthy thing. At the times that the Titans have involved people or tried to involve people related to ownership or powerful people in the organization, it's never gone well.
Wake up with Robbie and Brinker. Weekday mornings at 6. Your sports live here on 102.5.
Need the perfect bottle for your next celebration? Caps Wine and Spirits has you covered. Whether it's wine,
Your guy just played on the spot. I'll do the rest.
at Caps, you'll find everyday favorites to rare finds. Join Caps for Wine Down Wednesdays with tastings and rotating Distillery Fridays to discover your next favorite bottle. Visit Caps at 127 Franklin Road in Brentwood, your premier destination for wine, spirits, and craft beer in Middle Tennessee. Caps, for the adventurous in spirit.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. It's that time during the show. We talk every day about mental health and how we love you and we want you here and how going to therapy can change your life. That's why we are so honored to be partnering with UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com has everything you need to take back your life. Listen, what you're going through, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Trust me, I know this. Therapy changed and saved my life, and I want the same for you, right? And UnityCares.com is based right here in Middle Tennessee, not some faraway place, right here in Middle Tennessee. Their whole goal is to get you back living the life you deserve. So go to the website, you land on the page, all the questions you have are right there for you. Listen, it's private, it's secure, it's confidential, and here's the best part. We offer telehealth. You can do that from the friendly confines of your house. I just need you to go and talk to them and get it off your chest. I'm telling you, I went and opened up so many things in my life. I found gratitude. I grew closer to God. It saved my life. And I want the same for you. But you got so many people that love you and depend upon you every single day, and we need you here. Again, the website is UnityCares.com. That's UnityCares.com.
If your fleet isn't wrapped,
Thank
you're
you.
missing money. Plain and simple. At Magnitude, you turn your trucks, vans, and trailers into high-impact rolling billboards.
Yeah, I saw that. I got it fixed. For some reason, the audio switched off. I don't know why.
Mention this ad and get your initial concept for free when you book your wrap. You're already on
Yeah,
the
so I went and switched it because I went to look at it and I was like, oh, so
magnitudewraps.com.
hey, appreciate you guys.
Hey, Robbie, Steve here. Let me tell you about my friends at Rapid Response Generators. We know the weather is volatile around here in Middle Tennessee, and when you least expect it, the power goes out, and that's when life can come to a stop. Not Rapid Response Generators. If the power goes out, they bring a generator to you and the fuel right to your home. No scrambling, no worrying about if the generator's going to start, no losing your food in the fridge or valuables in the fridge. You keep the lights on, you keep life moving. Learn more at rapidresponsegenerators.com. Once again, visit them today at rapidresponsegenerators.com. What's up, everybody? This is the Rundown Report. Are you hungry for more than just the game? Chicago's home of chicken and waffles has you covered. Crispy, golden fried chicken, fluffy waffles, and all the game day excitement you can and dig into mouthwatering classics like our famous chicken and
What's up, pal?
savory breakfast and
How are you,
brother?
Too bad, you.
Can't complain.
What do you got going on here?
Chasing Big Joe.
Great football and great vibes. Only in Chicago's home of chicken and waffles.
Where are they at today?
Social Cantina over by the South.
Social Cantina.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Mexican spot.
I've been there before. They had one up in Bloomington. When I went to college, we go there probably once a year or something. My family would. It's pretty good. You have to try it. Yeah, you have to try it sometime.
It's right over by the South State.
Is it really?
Right.
Actually, I know what you're talking about because I was there a couple weeks ago. It's out in left field.
Yeah.
I know
Right
what
on
you're talking
4th Avenue
about.
North. Yes. Dude, I'm not gonna go.
It's good. It's good.
I don't know if I'm gonna go today.
I'm not gonna say it's the best Mexican food I have, but it's up there. It's good.
Best Mexican food, my money in the city, Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo. If you're a pizza fan,
Yeah,
dude, they
that's
have
where you go.
amazing pizza.
What about enchiladas? What kind of enchiladas they got? You know?
Oh, they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
I was going there for God knows how long.
Hey, here's my man D'Angelo Pons right there. I can't believe
Welcome
they
back
got
to the
him.
Jason Big Joe Show, live at the Social Cantina here
Holy
next
crap.
to First Horizon Parks. Really appreciate Robbie for being here and talking to us as the Director of Operations. Robbie doing a great job here. And I tell you what, the he's great to cover the soundscape, come over to the Social Cantina and check it out. I'm floored how nice.
Saturday.
We're still reading you guys should be proud of yourself because pretty damn creative. Can't read them, but pretty creative with a lot of those. We're good, right? It's a good time. That was like a generic thing. Yeah, that's better. That's a little passion on it. I like to study. What am I saying? Oh my gosh. That's what my name was. It's Douglas. Thank you. Or Joel Doolin, which is even better. With that being said, Brando, hit it, brother.
All right, Brandon, I'm gonna head over to the class. Better get you throw that out.
Yes, sir.
I'll catch you when I catch you.
I used to have a stonewashed denim jacket. When I would hit the clubs on the weekend, I'd wear it out. Stonewashed jeans, denim jacket, stonewashed. Never a bolo tie. How you done? 1,000 times no bolo. International Dance Day, International Guide Dog Day, International Boys Awareness Day, National Peace Rose Day, National is that Pete Rose? Okay. That's what you have problem with? Okay. Bible Weekend Day, Children World Day, World Fish Day, Stock Race Day, and Zipper Day. So, National Zipper, wasn't it the Zipper, like artist Zipper, some dude that created the Zipper? I mean, is the Zipper not a great invention, creation? Yeah, well, but isn't it? I mean, what would you have? But I did the 501 butterfly jeans today. When you're out having a good time, you've had a little bit too many. Those butterflies don't work like they should, right? When you're going to the bathroom, the zipper is much easier. And that's tales from the old man. Okay, that's what's the word you couldn't read? What is that? Is it snails? Burn the sun, okay. You don't know what. All right, order some here at the Social Cantina. You know.
Cheese, cream, walnuts, raisins, cinnamon, spices, fruits, chocolate, plus a lot of
I love that. That's why what day is it? The social birthdays is the best.
Yeah.
All right, now for celebrity birthdays, you got these birthdays within 2 years of either side of their actual age. Why are you turning me down? I've got a problem right here. I toured with the Who for many years. I couldn't hear. All right, Brando, you go first. How old is former St. Louis Cardinal quarterback Jim Hart?
72.
82. That's great. How old is golfer Johnny Miller?
Johnny is 52. 56.
79. Brando, how old is hockey coach Mike Babcock?
Ooh, 63.
Exactly. Brando's up 2-0. That's great. How old is goalie Curtis Joseph? Cujo is called.
55.
All right. Brando, how old is Andre Agassi? One of my favorite tennis players of all time.
59.
56 on the board. 2-1 Brando. That's great. How old is former Providence basketball player God Shamgar?
48.
50. Brando's up 3-1. Brando, how old is former Vanderbilt, former Denver Bronco, former Chicago Bear, former Miami Dolphins quarterback Jay Cutler?
Ooh, Jay Cutler, 39.
43. Now 3-2. That's great. How old is golfer Justin Thomas? He's golf in Alabama.
31.
Exactly. That's great. That's 4-3. Brando, you can get this. How old is Jerry Seinfeld today?
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld, say 56.
Jerry Seinfeld is 72 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. How old is the Academy Award-winning actor Daniel Day-Lewis?
69.
69 exactly.
Yeah.
5-4. That's great. How old is Michelle Pfeiffer? She has that white gold in that with Bruno Mars.
Yeah. 58.
68. Brandon, how old is Uma Thurman?
73.
56. That's great. How old is David James? It's his birthday.
I know this.
Birthday.
I know this.
It's David James' birthday.
I
know it's 30. Don't guess.
Yeah, I was going to say 30. 29. David's a young 30.
Lightning round. Here we go. That's great. How old is country singer Dwayne Allen Eldridge boys?
61.
83. Singer Tommy J. Brando.
82.
79. Actress Kate Walker, she was started up with Winter in Orange is the New Black.
48.
71. Brando, Carney Wilson of Wilson Phillips. Better get this one.
63.
Oh, 58. Dr. Gray is tied at 5. Dr. Gray, how old is rapper Master P?
Yes. 63.
63.
56. Brandon, how old is singer Eric Campbell of Mary Mary?
65.
60. 54. Dr. Craig, bass player Mike Hogan of the Cranberries.
69.
53. Brando, actress or actor Tyler Levine, New Amsterdam.
42.
8. Dr. Craig, actor Zane Carney from Dave's World. We're tied at 5. I need a winner. Zane Carney from Dave's World.
39.
Everybody. 41 years old. Brando wins Flipper birthday today. Hotly contested match right here on the Jason Big Joe Show on this Wednesday live from Social TV. Right? So well done with all of that. So what's your takeaway from the show today?
I took away
And then I learned today that our text on most part. When they're tasked with something that we can't, but we're glad to be able to tap into your creative side today, guys and girls. And comment on the text line, let us know how you do. Smacking faces.
I mean, just creativity.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was good with all of that. Well, it's not the game. So we got DVD coming up for next. I have much more on Chad Brinker and the question about John Hines.
Yeah.
He's in Minnesota Wild.
That is a very good question. We are not interested in
No.
but
Yeah, John Hines.
now we know all three.
Yeah, they don't want we're just a placeholder for 12 to 3 to get it done. Brando, thanks, brother. We appreciate our staff plans, Rachel and Alexis and Bobby here at the Social Canteen. A lot of fun. Dr. Frank, appreciate you. Listen, I read it 15 minutes ago, but again, it's important to us. It's a mental health message. We read every single day. And I tell you all the time that it's important to reach out and talk to people. We all go through those dark days and tough days. What we can't do is let them consume us. We can't do that. I know we got regret. I have a lot of things we're upset about, but I deal with regret every single day. But the good news is there's a good Lord above who loves us and we all about that. So find your faith, find your gratitude, know that we're here for you. Reach out anytime. I think you're doing fantastic. I think you're powerful, and our world is a better place because you are here. There are people who think about you all the time, and when they think about you, they smile. That's how much you're loved. We love you, and know more important more than anything else in the world, please know how much God loves you. Great show, everybody. We'll see you next tomorrow. DVA Tech Player 105.